And we're live right here on KEXP 90.3 FM Seattle, KEXP.org, all around the world. It's the afternoon show. My name is Larry Mizell Jr. I'm in the live room right now. I'm so happy to be here right now with this fantastic crew right now, live from Austin, Texas, right here in the Emerald City, though. BLK ODYSSY.
What's going on, man?
What's happening?
Blessed to be here.
Thank you for being here today.
Absolutely. I've been watching this since high school, so.
Say that.
Yeah, man, this is incredible.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you could be in the lights, you know?
For sure, man.
Y'all got some music for us?
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
We're going to start off with a joint from our record. It's called Ya No Podía Salir. Hope y'all enjoy. First and foremost, we want to say good afternoon to all the good people out in Seattle. Like Larry said, we are the BLK ODYSSY from Austin, Texas, by way of Plainfield, New Jersey. Right now, we're on the journey of the Black Revolution. We want to start by telling y'all a story. So once upon a time, there was a boy who died. You see, he ran and ran until his body became parched. He ran and ran until he couldn't run no more. He finally ran to his father and he asked, "Father, will you forgive me of my sins?" You see, his mind may be filled with what one may consider trash, but you know what they say about one man's trash. Be it so, the lustful that hang low, they hypnotize the mind, they stick the funk to your veins, they freak your nasty membrane. They stick the funk to your veins, they freak your nasty membrane. This is Funkentology, y'all.
She make me go insane. She's so good, she pink like lemonade. I can't swim, I'm drowning inside the lake. She asked, "Baby, what you need?" You won't Funkentology. Something that you can't deny. And if that is what you want, I can supply you, babe. Say that's what you want, I can supply you. Let me stay smoking your cream. Hey, I think dance with my I smell the love of a little white knight.
Just a little off the top, you know me from the block. I can give you what I got, yeah.
I smell the love of a caramel.
Hit it up till it turns blue.
What is that?
Let me slip this funk in your brain. May I freak your
I'll stay right there.
When you came home last night, you would take me to me. You went first asleep, but didn't even talk to me.
Talk to me.
Give it to me, baby. Give me all your love. Yeah. Give it to me, baby. Give me all your love, yeah.
Watch out.
Give it to me, baby. Give me all your love, yeah.
Thank y'all so much. That was Funkentology. Of our record, Black Vintage, the reprise, came out just a couple of months ago. Hope y'all go and check it out. This next one was one of our singles that we dropped last year. It's called Hang Low, and yeah, it's about just body positivity. Speaks a little bit about our culture with black women, and yeah, hope y'all enjoy.
Now, baby, can I show you love like a man? Let's spend our days on. Let's spend our evening friends. When I'm loving you, nothing is better than that, baby. I just wanna be right here, and that's a fact.
Sweet like lemonade, blood drips from me.
Not just from the way,
Hang low,
and it ain't no baby.
like lemonade, boy, boy, doing my brain.
Hang low. Now I don't say this to demean. You bring me to my knees. I say I love you, you know I love you. That's just what I mean. I just wanna bring you closer.
And if you need a helping hand,
I even got a shoulder for you to lean on.
sweet like lemonade, blood drips from me.
Not just from the way,
Hang low,
but it ain't no baby.
like lemonade, boy, boy, doing my brain. Hang low.
I wanna love you, oh my love. I gotta have you, oh my love. Sweet like lemonade, blood drips. Blood drips from the way, and it ain't no
Thank y'all so much. That was Hang Low, featuring my brother James Robinson. This next song was, I think, the first record that we put out, right?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's been such a journey for us. We just kind of started this Black Odyssey project. in 2021, and it's such a blessing to be here with you guys. Such a blessing to be sharing space with some of my favorite musicians in the world, which I'll introduce in just a little bit. But yeah, this next joint is called Big Bad Wolf / Sober, featuring my sister, Eimaral Sol, on background vocals. Here we go. Down 35, usually don't drink and drive. My adrenaline's rushing. I'm dropping down 35, usually don't drink and drive. My adrenaline's rushing. I got a cow by my side. Stop screaming before I get a damn DUI. Even worse, he'll peep my eyes, he'll see the demons I hide. He's a tongue kisser, a lung twister. If you scared, you need to run, mister. I hopped in my daddy's Honda, desperately trying to find the Then I found out that hoop. Yeah, okay. Tell me what I know, didn't know. Tell me what I know, didn't know. Is everyone afraid of? I never could have left you sober. I tampered with ideas of me staring in your eyes while you stare into the sky. What's that in the sky? Sometimes I wonder why we sit under the thunder, unconsciously knowing that we'll never find another lover. You see, her intentions was one-dimensional, but type of love I felt, you know, that was unpreventable. So we found ourselves in a separate dimension. Socialized to hate, but I never learned my lesson. I wrote this verse while astral projecting had me in the astral plane. Am I still sane? Well, probably not, but I do it my way like Sinatra. And if you try to stop her, I'ma blow out. Put me on this stage and I'ma show out. Cause last night I started talking to my conscience. She had some funny responses when I asked about my future. Lucifer was standing at my door. I'm nervous. She said I dealt with your type before. You can't refuse my service. 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 So.
The stars have a light. Raindrops on my window. The walls are closing in. Raindrops on my window. I wrote this letter to make it better. You're under the weather. Blue sky. Who am I to ask why? Turn my clouds to sunshine.
That was our track, Big Bad Wolf, Sober, again, featuring Eimaral Sol. Yeah, this last track is one that we just recently released on our Black Vintage The Reprise, which was sort of like the deluxe version of our record, Black Vintage. Yeah, this record was super special for us because, you know, we do live in Austin, Texas, but we originated from Plainfield, New Jersey, which is the home of Parliament Funkadelic. And it's been a huge goal of ours for a long time to be able to work with George Clinton. We finally manifested that on this track, and it's featuring my homie Benny the Butcher as well. So you can check out the full version on Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you find your music. This is Benny's Got a Gun.
Now, Benny's got a, and that insane. Peeped a couple, hopped out of a range. Starting segregating, what set do you bang? Shit upon the laugh and now snatching this chain. They copped the AK, and he couldn't refrain. Caught the lacking on Clarion Lane. So then he reached about his window, killing his kinfolk. Add to the black stigma, won't end of the same. Benny was 13 when his cousin told him how to dream. Once upon a time, aspirated towards some hoop dreams. Father steady hustling for the mustard, that's a routine. Pay attention, class, don't want you to lose me. Benny's just a product and now he's calling his savior. School gave him Ritalin, trying to tame his behavior. Father used to tell me that no other race can save us. Ain't the neighborhood, it's the hood neighbors.
There's a place on God where the eyes feeling right. Every step you take, keep that blicky on your waist. 'Cause Benny's got a gun. Benny's got a gun.
Benny's got the gun.
Benny's got a gun.
Benny's got the gun.
Benny's got a gun.
Break me down.
I want to take the time real quick to introduce all my homies up here. I got my main man, Alejandro Rios on guitar. We started this Black Odyssey group together. My day one over there on bass, holding down the rhythm. My boy Justice Shider. That's the freaky boy JeMarcus Bridges on sax and keys, y'all. Again, my sis Eimaral Sol on background vocals. The one and only Luna Ray on drums, y'all. And I go by the name of Black. We are the Black Odyssey.
God, lift up, still in rock. Every step you take, keep that lick on your waist. Okay, Benny's got the gun. I said, Benny's got the gun. I said, Benny's got the gun. One more time, let's go. There's a place on God, lift up, still in rock. Every step you take, that on your waist. Okay, Benny's got the gun. I said, Benny's got the gun. I said, Benny's got the gun. Okay, Benny's got the gun.
Thank y'all so much. We are the Black Odyssey.
Live on KEXP, Black Odyssey. Beautiful, soulful sounds. Thank y'all for bringing it.
Bless.
Yo, Benny's Got a Gun. You got Benny the Butcher and George Clinton on that. That's an inspired pairing for one. I've been wanting to tell you that. And of course, it's brilliant because hailing from Plainfield. Are you all from Plainfield?
Justin and I are from Plainfield.
Which leads me to my next question. Are you related to Gary
Come on now.
Shider?
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. We got some P-Funk royalty lineage up in this place on top of everything. Amazing. I know that, like, even getting to this point for y'all has been a Black Odyssey. Mm-hmm. I'm curious about just that history. What brought you to Austin? I know there was, like, different name and everything and stuff attached to that, and I thought was fascinating, if you feel like talking about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Justin and I really started this musical journey together when we were in high school. He actually, like, put me onto a lot of music in general, and he brought, like, my first experience of playing with a band. He hooked that up for me, and he got a bunch of local cats together to form around, like, something that I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So we started that, and, you know, everybody kind of grows up and goes their separate ways. So after I graduated high school, I thought, you know, I really want to be in an uncomfortable position. I want to do something that is going to force me to grow, and it's going to force me to grow in the sense of, like, I don't have the comfort of my friends. You know, I don't have the comfort of like people around me telling me I'm good or I'm getting better just because, you know, they want to, you know, cater to my feelings.
Yeah.
So in 2015, I decided to move to Austin, Texas. It was the most random move I could have possibly done. I had no idea about Texas. I'm a black kid from New Jersey, so I'm like, Texas, yeah, that sounds terrible. I'm gonna do it. You know? So yeah, I moved to Texas, and I met Alejandro over there, and I was working in the Dillards at the time, and he was working at a pizza shop up the street. And I would just stumble in, and you know, he was always running around with mad energy, and he would always, you know, be talking about guitar. And at the time, I was looking to collaborate with other, you know, musicians, and I think I just went up to him, and our friendship kind of was striked upon a Zeppeli, you know. I asked him, he was serving me, and I was like, yo, do you want one? You look hungry. And he was like, yeah, actually, I do want one. And he grabbed the donut off my plate, and, you know, we kind of, like, locked in there. I was like, that was cool of you. And, yeah, so we talked about music a little bit, and we made our way up to Houston to, you know, work on our first collaboration together. That was back in 2015-16 time. Mm-hmm. And, you know, since then, we've sort of developed this to what it is now. We used to be a rock band, which you might hear some hints in that, of that and what we do today. And we went through the motions. We met with a different management team during the pandemic. We started on this record, Black Vintage, and started, you know, uniting with different cats around Texas. Luna Ray is an amazing drummer, and she plays with a bunch of amazing acts. JeMarcus, also an amazing keyboardist, producer, and saxophone player. Eimaral Sol, another amazing artist that I met in Austin while out there. And it's just been such a blessing to unify all these people together to, you know, bring a different sound. Alejandro brought the rock aspect. Mm-hmm. I never even knew about Led Zeppelin or, you know, Rage Against the Machine prior to meeting him. And he wasn't too well versed on like the soul stuff. So I introduced him to like D'Angelo and played him some Kendrick and, you know, The Weeknd at that time. So yeah, it was really a melting pot. That's what the Black Odyssey was always meant to be, a melting pot. So that's what we tried to go for.
I think that's incredible, that just even that want to put yourself in an uncomfortable place to create and kind of, you know, sharpen yourself without, you know, adulation from friends. I guess my question is now, with the setup that is Black Odyssey today, do you feel more comfortable in it, or is that challenge still there? Yeah,
I mean, and I think we're overdue for some more uncomfortable stuff that should be coming up soon, you know? Because, like, my thing is, like, once you get comfortable, it's like, all right, I've kind of outgrown this situation. Mm. And, you know, this is our first tour ever as a headliner.
Right on.
And, yeah, it's been beautiful. We're playing in Seattle soon. Can't remember the date right now.
Saturday, September 3rd. That is tomorrow at Barboza.
So we're playing tomorrow at Barboza. And we're just excited. You know, it's a huge blessing for us to be able to encounter fans for the first time and see them singing the songs word for word. So I think the next thing for us is just to, like, continue getting tighter, continue growing. And, you know, we're working on Eimaral Sol's record as a group right now as well. Yeah. And, yeah, you know, we're just still on the Odyssey.
Right on. And y'all, I can tell y'all are on a wavelength, you know, as a crew. I really dig.
Bless.
And I mean, just all the stuff that's in the stew. You know, you mentioned Kendrick, you mentioned D'Angelo. I really hear that. I heard the P-Funk line that you sneak into Benny's Got a Gun. What joint is that from?
You Scared Me, Baby.
That's right.
Yeah. You Scared Me, Baby.
I love that. I mean, true funk disciples in here. I'm really happy to hear that.
Oh, man.
I love that there's just so much caught up in it. This is a live thing, you know what I'm saying? A black jazz, a black band tradition being kept alive.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Tell me about some of the, like, topics and inspiration behind specifically the album Black Vintage and the Reprise.
Yeah, this album was one of the most, like, reflective pieces that I've worked on to date because I spent so much time in Austin trying to fit into what, you know, sort of was the mold there.
And what was that?
It's a lot of blues, a lot of rock.
Yeah.
And it's just not really a space where our culture of music comes out of.
And that's kind of interesting, right?
It is.
Being that it's blues and rock.
Come on, you know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
It was always an uncomfortable position for me to be in, because I felt like, because of the demographic and the fans, I needed to sort of water down what I was doing to become, just applicable to this fan base that was in Austin. And it wasn't until the pandemic that I just like really stopped and like looked around kind of and, just observed what I was doing, what I was talking about, and what it really meant to me. A lot of the topics on the record, me and my brother experienced together. My brother's sitting in the other room. His name is Jordan, and we had a brother that was killed by a police officer in 2010. And that was sort of the spark or the center point of like our development, which unfortunately is, a tragedy that is the center point. But we learned so many lessons together as brothers through those situations, and one of the biggest was forgiveness. And the forgiveness allowed us to see from a different perspective, like a higher perspective. So a lot of the record is speaking from that perspective, sort of from the outside looking in. And, it starts from the inside looking out and gives the listener that perspective of somebody who's in that life and living that life. But as the record goes on and sort of develops, it sort of elevates above it and speaks about some of those same topics, whether it be gun violence, gang violence, sexual addiction, all of those sorts of things that tragedy can bring about. It starts to speak about it from sort of an external perspective. So that's sort of the summary of Black Vintage.
Well, I found it really beautiful and eloquent and, subtle, the way life is. And I really appreciate to get to see it and hear it here live right now.
Thank you.
What's next?
Well, once we get off the road, we're going to get back into the studio. Like I said, we're finishing up Soul's record, and we're looking forward to putting that out, which is really cool about Black Odyssey. We have a bunch of different things around Austin and abroad that we work on as a crew and sort of put out almost like a collective sort of thing. And a lot of different musicians are coming out of this. Everybody in this room really is like their own producer in their own right. And, Luna Ray is also an artist. JeMarcus is a producer. Justin is a producer. Alejandro is a producer. So individually within this crew, I'm excited about some of the things that are going to sort of be offsprings of it. As we grow, different things will grow from it too. So we're excited about that. And then also Black Odyssey is, working on an EP and some new stuff. So I'm prepping our fans for like a complete 360 on our sound.
I love it. The Black Odyssey, containing multitude, you heard?
Yeah.
Right here, live on KEXP. Thank y'all again so much for coming through.
Thank you, Seattle. Appreciate y'all. Y'all always show love, so thank you so much for that.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
It's KEXP 90.3 FM, where the music matters, KEXP.org, worldwide. Definitely check out this session on the YouTube when it posts up, the YouTube billion views strong. Your support makes all of this cool music and culture and perspective happen. Thank you all for your support and all that you do. It's KEXP, y'all, 90.3, KEXP.org.
And we're clear.
All right.
Discover new music at KEXP.org.